The annual toy fair in Nuremberg is the place where most model companies show off their new products. Not everyone attended in 2012, with YCC, Techno and First Gear among those that didn't attend. But among those that did was Norscot, who've had a tough time recently with their supply difficulties from China. Hopefully there's an end in sight to those problems soon, but they had some new releases on show. The biggest of these was the CAT 785D Mega Water Tanker, and it certainly looks like a heavy and solid model. At the other end of the scale in terms of size was the CAT 450E backhoe in 1/87 scale. Perhaps the most interesting new release is the CAT 740B EJ. This has a working ejector and a rear tail flap which folds down. Also, some of the detailing around the area of the cab looks pretty good. Also on show was a version of the CAT 323D with a demolition hammer, and it seemed to have a spring in it so you could hammer away at your desktop if you like. A bigger model is the CAT 3360 with these large scrap shears. The scrap shears seem to have some good functionality because they're easy to open and close, and they can also be rotated on the end of the boom. Conrad had their usual large stand packed with showcases full of models, and there were a fair number of new releases and models made in new colours. Truck fans were well catered for with this big Powfinger with a fly jib. A new crane model was the Terex AC104L with a new cab design. There was also a big excavator, the Linkbelt 800X2. So how has the last year been for Conrad?
As you see in the toy fair at our place, has been a very interesting year. A lot of work. Looking quite positive about the year. We brought some new models, new and some colored painting models, which have been positive, accepted by the collectors and the whole general market. This year we just brought one big combination of the crane, which many collectors, they tend to prefer to have small models. They're a little bit space limited, but they like it. I'm looking positive. The amount of visitors this year has been, in my opinion, much more than the last 2 years. There's a couple of fairs this year. We are looking forward for them. Let's see.
Motor Art had their usual stand at the show, and they now seem to be back fully as Volvo's preferred supplier of models. They had their usual displays, including a mini diorama, but they had no new models on display except a brochure which lists 4 that are going to come this year. These are the DD25B compactor and L90G loader, and the EC220D excavator and A40F articulated hauler. NZG had a big display booth, and on display were a number of models in new colours, as well as a number of new releases. There were 3 versions of the Dynapack paver, which looked to be highly detailed, and the Hitachi demolition excavators in company liveries looked very smart. It was also good to see that NZG had 3 new models for Liebherr.
Yeah, 2011 was not normally a good year. If you compare it to the Bauma year 2010, you can compare it because the advantage of the Bauma is normally incredible. And we had a steady, increase of sales, so it's okay. Toy fair traffic was very good. I had good talkings, also for the industry, which is very important for me to have also our industry customers here at our booth to show them a little bit around what we did for different other competitors, let's say. So it was very good, very good. We had good talkings. I made some new projects to be signed very soon. So yeah, we had first time the new Actros truck with 2 different cabs, with 2.3, the little smaller cab, and 2.5. So we just delivered it to the industry, to Mercedes the first time, or we got the first delivery end of the year, but we started higher quantities right now. You can see it right here. We do have 2 colors at the moment, but there will be much more coming on, much more trailers, different attachments. So this is from the truck side. Over there are 2 new Liebherr, or maybe 3 new Liebherr. one 918 compact excavator, and another one 936. And we're also doing now a new one, a welding machine for Marz in cooperation with Liebherr. So it's very interesting to see what's going on with this type of models as well. So it's a totally new design, new line, new project. That's interesting for me to add some additional models, not only excavators and wheel loaders. Some additional models will fit very good into our program. We're already working on Bauma projects, at least which for the bigger ones, because normally we need 10 months, 12 months, but Bauma is very soon, so we have to. We started already with a bigger model, which we probably need more than 1 year for developing.
Over at the BIMO stand, the big Komatsu PC8000 is getting closer. The Clark Michigan loader should appear this year, while the Komatsu pipe layer is still a prototype. BIMO also showcases sword models, but there was nothing new on display this year. WSI had their new logo on display, as well as two of their biggest models, the Mammut PTC and Coke Drum Move. However, overshadowing everything in terms of size was the giant Sowens SGC 120 ring crane.
So Eric, how was 2011 for WSI?
Oh, pretty eventful. Further growth. Lots of new toolings. Basically doing our own management and our own factory now in China.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty eventful. But I already know that 2012 will be even more eventful, and we have a lot of stuff to come. So
that's good.
We're happy.
Okay. How's the toy fair been this year?
Yeah, incredibly busy. Not by the numbers of people who visited and walks around, but we had a lot of interested parties coming to us. So we're actually very satisfied with that.
Very good. Obviously this year you've got the big Sowens crane here on show.
Yeah.
What's the development of that model been like?
Well, actually, this is one of our first simultaneous developments we ever had. So we developed the model at the same time as the real crane was developed. It was a bit of a challenge because Sowens sometimes didn't know what it was going to look like. For example, the upper deck. But the cooperation went very well. We got all the data. We had the chief engineer help us out. So yeah, actually we're very happy with it.
Good. When do you think it will be available to the market?
I expect it to go into production in about 6 weeks' time, which will then take a further 6 weeks. And if you then include 4 weeks of shipping, you can do the math.
Okay. So what are the particularly interesting features of this massive model?
Size. It's 2.60 meters high. It weighs 50 kilograms. 99% of that is die cast. The boom parts are, for example, 8 millimeters in diameter, which is solid die cast. Makes it very sturdy and stable. But you need a big house to set it up.
Yes. Do you know yet how many will be made?
500 pieces.
Okay.
Yeah. 300 of those went to Sowens directly. 200 for the collector's market. We sold the bulk of it, so if people want one, they should move on it. But we won't produce more, even if they run out of stock soon, which we expect.
Among the many trucks on display were the big Kenworth and Western Star tractor units first seen on the Mammut Coke Drum model. The latest Hum roller in Ballast Needham colours was catching a lift. The big Mercedes-Benz Actros heavy haulage tractor was on display, and a Hitachi ZX870 was dressed up smart. Also on display was a sample of the Liebherr 1350 mobile crane model. So when will that be available?
I think around June. At the Liebherr shop, should be around June.
Okay. What are the interesting features of that model?
First of all, we steered away from plastic cylinders. So this will feature a metal cylinder, which is needed because in the future there will be a fly jib as well, and it's only got one cylinder, so it should be sturdy enough. Of course, we learned from our previous projects, so the things that we were not too happy with are all basically done well now. We tried to put a lot of detail on it, but still maintain to be a sturdy model and have all the features. Yeah.
The Nuremberg Toy Fair 2012 had enough new stuff to be interesting, and with the Baumar exhibition in 2013, there's lots to look forward to.